Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala, and happy Black History Month today, people. It is February 2nd, 2024, the second day of Black History Month. And the whole month of February, we're going to celebrate Black people, activists, athletes, people who are influenced in the Black community, whether it's African American, African, and so on and so forth, how they impacted the way it is right now. And let me tell you how I feel about Black History Month. Black History Month to me is very important because we've seen people who broke the barriers, who opened up the door for me to be where I'm at today. I mean, there's a lot of people who I always looked up to, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Patrice Lumumba, who else? Nelson Mandela, and so on and so forth. I could go so far. Even in the female, like Miss Maya Angelou, and so on. To me, we need to celebrate Black History Month because it's important for the future of the generation that will come after me, after my little sister, and so on and so forth, because we need to continue having the discussion. How can we progress? How can we move forward, and that people that doesn't look like us, instead of running, learn how to accept the person. Accept the people around you. Instead of hate, show that person love. We live in a society that if I talk bad about you, you should talk bad about me. White people call us the N-word, and I have to insult back. No. I want equality. I mean, the Black Lives Matter showed us after the death of George Floyd. George Floyd really was the symbol of the world has become right now, unified. There's a lot of things we have to have a discussion in the near future. We need to move forward. Instead to go back, let's push the discussion. How can we still have the discussion? Can we get along together? Can we, Black, Hispanic, white, Asian, so on and so forth, we need to continue the discussion, especially in Black History Month. That's why Black History Month means to me a lot. It means that the near future, I maybe one day can break the barriers to other Black people, male or female. So that's why we are celebrating Black History Month. Black History Month means a lot to all of us, especially African American, African, and so on and so forth. So this is how Black History Month meant to me. got a lot of topic to talk. We got some topic we will talk about. But first, if you see me a little bit coughing and a little bit sneezing, is that because I'm very sick, and I hope I can get well soon. Saturday to be in good health, and but I hope I will be okay. Now, let's talk about the NBA All-Star. The All-Star, the NBA All-Star reserve has been announced for the East and for the West. And we can ask the question also, who got snubbed? But first, if you did not see the All-Star reserve for the East and West, let me remind you. Sorry. So, for the Western All-Star Reserve, we have Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Stephen Curry, Devin Booker, Paul George, and Karl Anthony Towns. Now, in the East, we have Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Bam Adebayo, Julius Randle, Tyrese Maxey, and Paolo Banchero. I love to use the Italian accents when I call his name, but I love his name. That is the All-Star reserve from the East and from the West. Now, I know there'll be a lot of controversial of who got snubbed. Well, there's a lot of players who got snubbed. Let's start in the West. In the West, who got snubbed? De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Rudy Gobert, Alperen Sengun, Victor Wembanyama, and who else? Who got Brandon Ingram got snubbed. Lauren Marketing got snubbed. Even Jamal Murray. After winning a championship, he got snubbed. In the East, who got snubbed in the East? I will say this. This is not personal because I am a fan of this team. Scotty Barnes from the Toronto Raptors. Yes, I am a Raptor fan, and I am a huge Scotty Barnes fan. But he got snubbed. Miles Turner got snubbed. Trae Young got snubbed. Kristaps Porzingis, he got snubbed. There's a lot of other players who got snubbed. My reaction to the list is, I think I'm fine with it. I'm okay, even though there's Julius Randle who's injured. He will be out of 2 or 3 weeks. He will be replaced. I think he will be replaced by a forward because you do have some guard. And me personally, I would say this, and yes, I am biased. I would have Scotty Barnes to replace Julius Randle. I'll be honest with you. And I'm gonna look at Scotty Barnes stats for this year, 2023, 2024. I will look at it. Let me look at his stats. Hold on, people. I'm gonna look at it. Roster, yeah. I am in ESPN. Okay, there it is. He's averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 47.6% in field goal. Sorry. You don't think that's all-star caliber? I think so. Because I think even though the team are 17 and 30, whatever you could call it, a rebuild or reconstruction, whatever you want. To me, All-Star is all about the individual. Yeah, but some people will say it's a team accomplishment. Yeah, but you also have the individual. Yes, my Toronto Raptors are 17 and 30. Yes, we need to I don't know what you call it, a rebuild, a reconstruction, whatever you want. But I think he deserves to have an All-Star. And there's another All-Star that I was very, very, very surprised. It's Trae Young. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. That was a surprise. I was very surprised. Trae Young. Let me see how many points averaging. He's averaging 27 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists. He shoots 42.3% in the field goal. That guy is having a hell of a year. And if I'm not mistaken, people, the Hawks, I believe they're in the playing team. In the standing, because I'm looking at the standing right now. Yes, there are 10 in the Eastern Conference. They're in the playing tournament. Not the playing tournament. Yeah, the in-season tournament, whatever you want to call. Yes, you do have the Bulls in front of them. You do have the Orlando Magic in front of them. The Miami Heat. But it doesn't take away what he has done this season. To me, they need to fix the All-Star as the roster. Because I was going on my Twitter. And I was looking on my Twitter account, and I heard what JJ Redick has got to say about the NBA All-Star reserve. He said that it is time to expand the All-Star roster size. You know why? Because some of those players will never have a chance to be an All-Star. Some of them, it's probably going to be the first or final time to be considering an All-Star. And to me, it hurts me. Because I see a guy, for instance, I'll pick a random player. Imagine if I pick Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I'm gonna look at his stats. I know that 19 and 28, 19 victory and 28 loss. And I know that he's having a pretty good season, and that the guy Mikal Bridges is averaging like close to 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Imagine his was pretty much considered an all-star, but he got snubbed. Don't you think it's going to be his first? Don't you think the all-star means something to him? Don't you think that it means something to a player who's having a pretty much good year? And I am a huge fan of Mikal Bridges. I might add. You don't think that he deserves to have an all-star? Or like a player like Victor Wembanyama, even though he's a rookie. Let me see. Victor Wembanyama. Let me see the Victor Wembanyama. I know Victor Wembanyama, their team suck. I'm gonna admit that. They suck, but they are in a rebuilding. They are a rebuild team. So, it is what it is, But look at Victor Wembanyama. Sorry, people. Victor Wembanyama, he's averaging 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 46.5% field goal percentage. You don't think he's an all-star? I think he does deserve to be an all-star. But because the West is loaded, there's no room for him. Same thing for Jamal Murray. Just one last example. And then we're gonna move on from it. Look at Jamal Murray, and also look at the team. I know people say it's not a team effort. I mean, the Denver are in 4th place in the West. Jamal Murray, people, should be an all-star. We're gonna look at his stats. We're gonna look at Jamal Murray's stat, my Canadian boy. Yes, I am Canadian. But also, I got French nationality, whatever. But this is not about me. Jamal Murray, he's averaging 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's shooting 47.8% in the field goal. Don't you think he deserves an all-star? I think he does deserve to be an all-star. Now, I did my research and I looked at the stats. Look at, and this is what JJ Redick said. And look at the percentage from 1961 All-Star Game to 2023 All-Star Game. In 1961, there was 25% of players who were an all-star, and 75% are not an all-star. Compared to now, in 2023, not 2024, because, it doesn't count. 2023. There are 4% who was considered an all-star. You know how many percentage of players who are non-all-star? Do you know how many percent? I will tell you now. It is 96% of players who were not considered an all-star. Shocking, huh? 96% who's not an all-star. That's sad. The NBA need to add up the all-star roster to expand it to 12 to 15. That's all I gotta say right now. Now, let's talk about the NBA with the 65 players who cannot be considered a all NBA team because they're not playing. They're not playing in the regular season, and people, yes, the new NBA has 65 game minimum requirement. Is the NBA 65 game rule is good or bad? Because I've seen the comment of Tyrese Halliburton comment of the NBA 65 minimum rule. I tried to look for the quote. Let me just give me a minute, please. I'm gonna look at the what he got to say. What he said about the 55. I tried to look for it and tried to look at his quote. What did he said? Let me see this. Now, this is a player who's starting an All-Star for the Eastern Conference, and they are in, I believe, in fifth to sixth place in the. Oh, there it is. Look, there it is. Okay, this is what he got to say. He said that I think it is a stupid rule. Like plenty of guys in the league. But this is what the owners want. So as players, we gotta do our job and play in 65 games if we are able to. Halliburton said. So that's what I gotta do. Take care of my body to be able to play in those games. And I think you're seeing other players in the league kind of the face the same thing, as long as the owner are happy. This is his quote. I will say this, Mr. Tyrese Halliburton. It wasn't the owner's fault. The thing you have to be blaming, Tyrese, is you. Now, when I say you, I'm not saying you as an individual, not you, Halliburton. I talk about the NBA players. The NBA players should be ashamed of themselves, and there's nothing to be, and they should take the blame. Sorry, people. The players are responsible for it because fans show up, they buy the tickets, especially a person coming from far from another city or a country to see you play, and they pay the money to see you play, and they find out you're not playing. Oh, because I need a rest. Oh, you know what? I got a broken finger or a broken toe. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's a slap in the face on the fan. The players are making huge money, more money than back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, even in the early 2000s. The players in the 90s did not touch. They didn't have the money like this in this era have. I mean, Michael Jordan, the greatest player in the world. He had never touched the sum of this money, what we see now. Scottie Pippen. I mean, if you watch The Last Dance, Scottie Pippen was the below average, below players whose salary, I mean, never touched $1 million in his career. I mean, if you want to say Tyrese Halliburton that it's not fair because let's say this, it's not fair because I have a leg, I broke my torn ACL and I had to miss a 16 game because, I got a torn ACL for real. And that the doctor said you must be missing 2 or 3 weeks. That I understand. If you have a torn ACL, you have a torn ACL. But if a player doesn't want to play because he doesn't want to, or because I need a rest. Now that's the slap in the face on the fan. That's a slap in the face of the fan who paid the money to see you play. I mean, what are we talking about? So, Mr. Tyrese Halliburton, I hope you understand this. That it wasn't the owners. It was the NBA Player Association who made the decision to do that. So that it will be fair. That's how God said about that. Now, if you don't know me, maybe one day I'll do a podcast talking about myself, who I am, why I doing this podcast. I'm a sneaker fan. And I love sneakers. Sneakers always been part of everybody's life. Sneakers always been part of everybody's generation. And I saw something in the in on Twitter. The Vanessa Bryan, yes, Vanessa Bryan, the widow of the late great God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, releasing a sneaker. Of the Nike Kobe 6 Dodger PEs. I look at this picture now on my Twitter account. I'm going to tell you, it's very clean. It's very clean. I mean, I don't know when it's going to be released, but I look at it. I think it's dope. It's super dope. I mean, it's amazing to see the Kobe sneakers, and every NBA player loves to play on Kobe's. Even I gotta admit that I do have some Kobe's. I got two sneaker on Kobe's, which I will let you guess which two sneaker I have of Kobe shoes that I have. But I gotta admit that they use the snake. The snake skin on the just like the Kobe 6 Grinch. Remember that, people? But instead to be green, it is blue, dark blue, white, and also you have the number 8. Remember his first pitch in what's called the Dodger Stadium. Wait, I gotta look at it. What is the name of the Dodger? Dodger Stadium. What is the name? Yes, I believe. Yeah, Dodger Stadium. Yeah, the Dodger Stadium. Yeah. He wore number 8. And that was his first pitch. And I can't imagine how this sneaker will cost. I don't know how much they're gonna release. I don't know when they're gonna release them. But I will tell you this: if you're a sneakerhead or you're a Kobe fan, I will buy that shoe in a heartbeat. I'll be honest with you. I'll buy that sneaker in a heartbeat. That's all I gotta say. Now, I know we do have a female who love to listen to podcasts, who love sports. I gotta say this: there's been trade. The first trade of this WNBA free agent. We have Natasha Cloud. After 9 years with the Washington Mystic, I believe she has been traded to the Phoenix Mercury. I believe. Let me look at it. Let me look at the. Let me look at it right now on ESPN, because I know Natasha Cloud got traded. Ariel Power got traded. To the Atlanta Dream, and Skylar Diggins Smith signed a 2-year contract with the Seattle Storm. You know, we have Tiffany Mitchell sending her to the not to the Phoenix. What is it? What's the name? Damn, I'm sorry, people. I forgot. Tiffany traded to the not Phoenix Sun, to the Kinetic Sun. Yeah, my bad. And they picked up Natisha Hideman to the Minnesota Lynx. And I apologize right now because I wasn't keeping up with the WNBA, but there's been trade. They are talking about trade now. The question is, where Nneka I don't know. I will say this, but don't laugh, people. Nneka Agwumike is leaving the Los Angeles Sparks. Where do you think she's gonna land? Sorry. Which team do you see her play? You know what? There's pretty much 5 teams I see. The Atlanta Dream, Phoenix Mercury, Chicago Sky, Seattle Storm, or New York Liberty. Because I know Seattle Storm, they are in a rebuild. So I don't think she want to go to a rebuild team. Chicago Sky, probably. Phoenix Mercury, I doubt it, but I'm open for, Atlanta Dream, they're gonna come up. And New York Liberty, they're loaded. I think New York Liberty makes sense. But the problem is, you got Jacquel Jones, you got Brianna Stewart, the front court. And who you got? Sabrina Ionescu at the point guard. I don't see her in New York Liberty, but I will not close the door. I will not close the door to the Liberty. So which team I do see her play? I think I see Phoenix Mercury, maybe New York Liberty, or Chicago Sky. That's the only 3 teams I can see in my mind. That's all I gotta say. Now, let's talk about something. I think actually I want to talk about 2 things. Number 1, I see on my Twitter account this woman is pretty much upset because he called up a man. She threw up a man. I don't know where, but I think in the United States, and but doesn't want to having a sexual relationship. Those flew out girl. And I must tell you, in my opinion, This is going to be short. I think this generation female need a reality check. And everybody trying to be like the city girls. You know, I don't listen to their song, but I got tremendous respect for the job. Even though that I don't listen to their song, but I can respect what they're doing as an artist. You know, Young Money and JT, shout out to them. But this generation really need a reality check, because just because an artist try to do like what you say, a throughout girl, a throughout man, a girl calling a man to throw out to another city, go to a hotel, having sex. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this generation need to wake up a little bit. That's all I gotta say for this. Now, Cadance Owens went at Ice Spice because of something that she said about her latest song. I think it's called. I think she's yes, she has single song called "Think You That Shit Fart." Yes, that is the single name, the single song of Ice Spice. And this is her quote, what Cadance Owens gotta say. If you're wondering if it is a good song, what do you think? It's called "Think You Are That Shit Fart." Now, I think we can all admit we have fallen as a society. I wouldn't say that was Mozart or Beethoven, but I am not these mainstream media publications who rush to defend this type of music like they did with WAP, the most disgusting and filthiest lyric I ever read, she added, reference to the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion hit. Also, she quoted also that this is the reason nobody read this crap anymore. You guys lie about the big stuff and you lie about the dumb stuff. I just want to live in a society where we can all acknowledge that a song that titled "Think You That Shit Fart" is in fact itself a shit fart. This is what Cadance Owens gotta say. And I gotta say this. She's not wrong. She's not wrong when she said that we have fallen as a society. It is kind of true. That society, it wasn't like what it used to be. Because of social media, because of everything around us in this world. We see a bad song, we see a promoter or pushing like the Krishan or the Erica Banks, Ice Spice, even Sweetie, which by the way I'm a huge fan of her, number one. But I mean, she's not wrong, because back in the day, and I remember there's some music you couldn't put on, for instance, in the morning or in the afternoon. You got to put it at night. You couldn't put the song in like I said, in the afternoon because you do have kids. And I know people will say, wait a minute, Pascal. There's a lot of teenagers who listen to this song. Yes, I know. Ice Spice does have a fan base. But also, I do understand if you are parents, you do not want to let your son listen to the song. And to me, if I have a daughter who trying to listen to a song like Ice Spice, I would tell my daughter, stop listening to Ice Spice right now. I don't like it at all. If I hear you one more time, I will confiscate your phone. Same thing that happened to Kanye's daughter at Northwest. She was dressed like Ice Spice. I believe she was 8 years old. And you know how her father responded? He doesn't want her daughter to dress like Ice Spice because she's a kid. And I think social media has ruined it for kids. Back in my age, when I was 8 years old, we had the internet. We didn't have social media. We didn't have those camera phones on our pocket. You know how we did it? How to send a message? Message board. MSN. That was long couple of years after the creation of Twitter, Facebook, and so on and so forth. I mean, Yahoo. Remember Yahoo? Mail.com. Message board. Those kind of stuff. And we didn't have YouTube too. Now YouTube, we had to wait in the mid or late 2000. But like Cadance Owens said, we have fallen in a society. But there's some people who defend Ice Spice. You know, she does have a fan base. In the club, they want to listen to those songs. Yeah, but you know, if I'm in the club, I'll cut that shit off. I'll be honest with you. Excuse my language. I'll cut that shit off. That is my opinion. Yes, I do agree with Cadance Owens. We have fallen into this society. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, the NBA, you know, free trade are still open up in February right now in the NBA. So we got our first trade with the Grizzlies and the Rockets. The Grizzlies will receive Victor Oladipo plus a 3 second round pick. Rockets will receive Steven Adams. Now, what does it mean for that? Sorry. It means that the Memphis Grizzlies are starting to rebuild. They are a rebuilding team. Not rebuilding in a sense of, you know, they are gonna restart all over again. But they are starting to rebuild in a sense of, you know, John Morant is hurt. He's out for the season. And they need to look to the future. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. I will tell you that they're not. It means that they're trying to get the pieces to be a contender, which for this season is a waste. I'll be honest with you. But if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it now. That's what I'm gonna say about that. So we got 10 minutes left, people. I just want to go back to the All-Star snub. And I just want to add just a little bit. Yes, it is a popularity thing. It is an exhibition, but there's a lot of players, to me, in my opinion, who was not called, who wasn't called for an All-Star. I think they should deserve to be considered as an All-Star. I'll be honest with you. Because to me, All-Star is like a badge of honor. To me, it's a badge of honor for a player who, by the way, did not make the All-Star. But I think maybe one day they will be in it. But the reality is that maybe this will be the first and last time they will be an All-Star. That's all I gotta say about that for right now. Now, to finish this, podcast for today, I want to give a message to the NBA, to the Tony Snell situation. I mean, and I was watching Inside the NBA, and Charles Barkley is calling for called the NBA team to please people to sign Tony Snell because he wants to. I think he had to sign. NBA need to sign him this Friday to qualify him to a retirement benefit. Because if you don't know what's going on, his two son is pretty much diagnosed with the autism spectrum disorder, and he needs the money to pay give his two son a treatment, and I don't want to see kids with autism spectrum disorder, and I hope, and I said I hope, please, the NBA, please, please, the NBA, sign Tony Snell. Please. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, we have a Friday game. Let me see what game we have for Friday. For the Friday schedule for the NBA. Let me look at it right now because we got a little bit 5 minutes. Got 5 minutes. So I would say this Friday, the LA Clippers go versus the Detroit Pistons. The Miami Heat versus the Washington Wizards. Phoenix Suns versus the Atlanta Hawks. Sacramento Kings versus the Indiana Pacers. My Toronto Raptors versus the Houston Rockets. Golden State Warriors versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Orlando Magic versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Sorry. Charlotte Hornets versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. New Orleans Pelicans versus San Antonio Spurs. And finally, Portland Trailblazers versus the Denver Nuggets. In the NHL, you know, I do have NHL fan who people love hockey like myself. And yes, I am an Ottawa Senator fan. Very proud of people. Very proud of. No games. Maybe because it's the All-Star. I believe that's the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken. If it is, yes, it is All-Star weekend. So any NHL fan who love hockey and enjoy your soccer, enjoy hockey game, and go Sens go, people. Now, the men's basketball. What do we have right now? What do you have for Friday? Just kidding. There's a lot of games. Woo, a lot of games. Damn. No games right now. But it doesn't mean that I enjoy watching college basketball. And if somebody would ask me, what do you watch? Female basketball game or male basketball game in college? I like watching both. But I prefer watching an HBCU basketball game. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, thank you very much to pretty much listening to my podcast, Too Good to Be True. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Bally versus PMM. So that's my Twitter name. Or you can go to my Instagram. On my Instagram, you can follow me on my Instagram. I'll call Pascal Slot, Mayana Slot 15. You'll see me. You'll see me on my Twitter. And if you want more content, if you want to ask any question, go on my Twitter. And if you want to listen more on my previous episode, go on Spotify and look at Too Good to Be True podcast with Pascal Mayala / Bailey and Dongala. So, thank you very much. And I hope I will talk to you on Monday. So, have a great weekend, everybody. And once again, people, at the bottom of my heart, happy Black History Month. Thank you, people.